me, small world, isn't it? Listen, you know that expression? It's a small world. He said, you never guess what? I saw a man called Steve at my local co-op. It's a small world, you know. He goes to my yoga class, small world. Apparently he lives in the area. He's lived here all his life. It's a small world, isn't it? Well, that's just a local person. It's not a small world. A small world would be, I was in Holland and Barrett earlier. You never guess who I bumped into? Who was it? The Kalufu cannibal tribe of Papua New Guinea. Apparently they've eaten Steve from your yoga classes. It's a small world, isn't it? Ooh, like a laugh like a witch. With a Halloween laugh. It's perfect. Take her out for Halloween, it's perfect. Hollow her out, put a candle in her. Trick or treat. Hashtag not treat. Okay, what am I talking about? No idea. Somebody said to me, I've done that bit, that's a joke. My friend said to me, you know this, dress for the job that you want. This is a bit of to help your life, not for the job that you've got. You know that? You've got to dress for the job that you want, not for the job that you've got. But that is insanity, because if you're not a bus driver, but you get all the gear, you know, hat and everything, start walking around. People just think you're like a local character or something. Here it comes a bus driver. Tickets please, mate. Plus, if you dress as a bus driver, but you're not a bus driver, you're never going to get a job as a bus driver, because everybody will think you're already a bus driver. It doesn't work. Dressing for the job that you want. What if you want to be an underwear model, but you're actually a supply teacher? That's a big no-no in my book. If you take dress for the job that you want, not for the job that you got to its natural conclusion, the world would be so complicated, you wouldn't know, it'd be very confusing. You get stabbed and you go to hospital and say, are you the doctor? No, but I want to be. Who you need to speak to is the steeplechase jockey on reception. He's very good. That's very good. And then later on you get wheeled into the operating theatre, you just see that astronaut and a drag queen scrubbing up. I think I've smoked a bomb. Which I haven't. Sometimes I do. I had a very traumatic... I find a lot of the smaller things in life very traumatic, and recently I changed hairdressers. Now, you know when you're with the same hairdresser? No, but when you're with the same one for a long time. My hairdresser, Hair by Paul Bowden, retired, you see. And I found myself in a hipster barber's, you know. And this is all you can have, there's no choice, this is all they've got in the magazine. Just have the beard and bouffant, please. There's no choice. And he said, I don't like the hairdresser because I feel I'm claustrophobic, and I put the forward cloak and I feel all trapped inside. And my new hairdresser will rub his crotch against my elbow. You have to ask him, but he will do it. He's very nice in that regard. So I was in the hair, it wasn't in the hair, but in the hair chair. You look like a hipster kind of guy. What's your name, though? You're either hipster or sort of Norwegian or something. Or a bit of both. What's it? You know? Sorry? More Norwegian than hipster. Bit of banter there. That was kind of... I thought I really shone in that exchange there. Genuinely awkward. It's not an act in any way. I won't be doing any more interaction. No, there's some that can do it, there's some that can't. I can't. I'm not talking. I forgot what I'm talking about. I'm in the chair, the hairdresser's chair. But he wanted to ask me a question, you see, and I don't like him talking to me in the hairdresser's chair. But he said, you remember in the olden days, after a gent's haircut, a long time ago, they used to say anything for the weekend. Some people might remember that. But nowadays, after a gent's haircut, they just hand you a tissue, which is slightly less optimistic in that regard, if I'm honest. But I was in the chair, and he's got very serious, you see, very serious, these hipster barbers. He said to me, he looked at me through the mirror, you see, he said to me, how do you usually wear your eyebrows? Now, I never thought I'd be asked that in my whole life. I had nothing pre-planned. So I said, I don't know, usually sort of a wide centre parting. He actually said, good choice. So that was very strange. He's a very strange man. I want to tell you about this because there might be people in the audience like me who don't like to go out of the house very much, you see. And yeah, there they are. And a little while ago, a friend of mine said, why don't you go out of the house more? And I like to peep out the blinds where I live. I live in Eltham, if anybody wants to come and visit. And there's a lady who lives a couple of doors down called Margaret. And he got a little son called Sean, and they're always up and down the street, and Sean's about the age where he's got stabilisers on the bike. He's about 4 or 5, I don't have kids, but and my friend said, go out and meet people, meet your neighbours. So I went out, and one day he didn't have the stabilisers on the bike. I thought, well, I'll go and say something nice. I said, look at you, Sean. They stopped, the Margaret and the boy, and they said, Sean, yesterday you had the stabilisers on the bike. Now look at you. Now look at you, my friend. You've got no stabilisers on. And good luck to you. I'll put my thumb up like that. And they stopped in the street, and the mother said to the Sean, Sean, that man has spoken to you. You know, like, what do you say back to the man? You know, that kind of thing. He didn't need to say anything. I was just fine going my way. And he didn't say anything, just smiled over. She said, Sean, that nice man has spoken to you. What do you say back to the man? And this thing started to get heated. I wanted no part of it. I wish I'd never gone out. Anyway, he didn't say anything, and she got very cross. She said, Sean, that nice man has spoken to you. What do you say back to the man? And I said to her, look, it doesn't matter. Do you know what she said to me? It does matter. So now we're both in trouble, me and Sean. I'm going to fucking get out of this one, mate. So hopefully they'll both perish in the winter months, and I won't need to speak to them again. No, it's good if they die. If you don't like someone, it's best if they just die. I'm not a nasty person, but it's good news if you hear that they've died. Going off in a second, though. Before I go off, I'll tell you, I was brought up in... Somebody shouting out. You said no. In what context? You were just enjoying it. That's very nice. Somebody enjoying it. Very, very strange people. No, they're very nice. Before I go, I'll tell you, I was brought up Church of England. The school, you see. One for you. No, it's still going strong. One song. Very frail voice. Lots of praying, you know. And I went to Church of England school. I also went to Sunday school, so I read the Bible back to front. Well, not back to front, that's the Quran, but all the way through. And I never felt sorry for Jesus in the Bible, I'll tell you that. And I never felt sorry for Judas. And I'll tell you who I felt sorry for in the Bible, very interesting. A man called Doubting Thomas. Because if you've read the whole thing, he only doubted the once in the whole thing. He's got lumbered with that name for all the time. I think in those days you had to be very careful what you said to anybody. Do you know the way to Bethlehem, John? I don't, as it happens. Oh, meet my friend, Know Nothing John. What Thomas doubted was the fact his friend had died, and then 3 days later there he was again. If anything, he should be called Reasonable Assumption Thomas. Thank you very much.